Hello everyone, welcome back to Ask Prashanthi. I'm your host, Prashanthi Vedi. I'm an immigration attorney and I'm dedicated to helping you navigate the sometimes challenging and often rewarding world of US immigration law. In this show, we will tackle your questions, those questions that are real pressing concerns that you have about visas, a green card, citizenship, and everything in between. We pull questions from our channel right here on YouTube as well as on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, all those excellent submissions from our website. Hello, everyone. Let's pick up the first question of Ask Prashanthi. The question is from Akram Golani, and this question was posted on my website. The question is I'm a H-1B visa holder who has filed her GC via National Interest Waiver in October. It's 3 months and my employer has failed to pay my wages. I resigned and I'm about to start working for a new employer using my pending GC EAD. Do you advise to report my former employer to USCIS for violating H-1B regulations? My suggestion, my answer to that would be yes, I think it's definitely beneficial to you if you report that employer because you're not allowed to be out of the payroll for more than 60 days on a H-1B. But in your case, you are not technically out of status since you also have a GC EAD to fall back on. But however, I still suggest that reporting will help you show USCIS that you have done whatever is required from your end to stay in status. And it might also help you get back wages. The second question is from Deepak Sharma, and this question was also posted on my website. And the question is, what are the charges for EAD AP renewal filing? Now, when you say charges, if you're talking about attorney fees, then you should send me an email, prashanthi@reddyesq.com, and I will be happy to let you know what the attorney fees are. If you're talking about USCIS fees, it's a little bit more complicated because it really depends on the type of filing that you're doing. But in general, USCIS filing fee for EAD for general filing is 520 if you do a paper-based filing and 470 if you do an online filing. And if you filed a 485 and you already have a pending 485, then you would pay 260 for EAD renewal. Advance parole renewal, you have to pay $630. Next question is a comment on my YouTube and is asked by at Manishak1895. And the question is, when will we know if there is going to be a second lottery? We can expect to know that most probably in the month of August. If I remember correctly, last year there was a second lottery and they announced it in August. I'm presuming that they will do the same this year. So around the month of August, September, you should know if there is a second lottery. I suggest that you keep your eyes and ears open and look at the USCIS website for updates on that. The next question is from Karthik K, and this question was posted on my website. And the question is, hello, I need some guidance regarding my CPT and OPT authorization. When I am on CPT, I was paid through Upwork, a freelance platform. Now my company that I am working for is saying that I need to have a 1099. Can I accept this? While USCIS does not state for a CPT purpose whether you need to be on 1099 or W-2, and for that purpose it should be fine to accept a W-2 or 1099 from your employer. You have to check with your DSO to make sure the school accepts 1099 payment for CPT. The reason why this could be a problem is generally for CPT, you have to show that there is some kind of an internship, some kind of mentorship. And when you're working on a 1099, you're working as an independent consultant from the tax point of view. and you're supposed to be working independently without any help or mentorship, etc. So it kind of, there's a conflict there. And if you do want to use 1099, then you might have to, in your offer letter, specify, the employer might have to specify who directs or supervises you, outlines the mentorship, the mentor-mentee relationship, and how the practical training role is going to look like, etc., etc. So there is a conflict here between the what's required for tax purposes and what's required for CPT purposes. So my suggestion would be to go with a W-2. The last question, and very interesting question that we have, is from Sriram, and this was also posted on my website. And the question is, I'm on a H-1B visa and working. Is it allowed to get a real estate professional license to manage my rental properties? I have two properties and wish to claim active losses for both properties against my income. In general, if you get a real estate license and manage your own rental properties on a H1, that could be allowed as long as your involvement is passive and doesn't exceed uh, the scope of your visa authorization. But if you plan to claim active losses for your rental properties against your income, you will be considered most probably to be a real estate professional, and this status requires you to meet certain criteria such as providing more than half of your total personal services in real property trades or businesses, and performing more than 750 hours of service in real property trades or businesses during the tax hours. This is definitely excessive, and this will be an issue, and you, I think, will most probably be violating your H-1B status. Hello, all. Hope you liked the earlier episode of Ask Prashanthi. If we missed your question last week, don't worry, we will cover it in the next week's episode. We're ready for your new set of questions, so just follow the link in the video description and drop your question there. See you next week.